What's up? What's up? All right. Welcome. It is Monday, April 28th, 2025. And there's always so much going on with immigration in the United States of America. So if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. Go ahead and click the follow button or subscribe on your respective channel. All right. As you join in, feel free to ask a question. There's a couple different ways. On this platform where you tap the screen, you can click on guest, the little two icons with little people. You can click that and join the live show as a guest. Otherwise, you could just on any of these platforms, you can type it in. But of course, if you think you have like a couple questions, it just makes sense to join live. And then if you're on Facebook and YouTube, you can email in for the link and my team will send that to you. Okay. So as y'all roll in, I'm going to share with y'all some things here. First, my name is John Ting. I practice immigration law in the United States in Houston, Texas, with a physical office to help you secure legal status to live and work in America legally, because the government doesn't care, but we do here at Green Card Guys Law Group. All right, so we take our job seriously, okay? Not just for clients, but for you guys, okay? Because some of y'all don't even know what is wrong, and that's okay, because that's why we're here live. So I'm going to be here for at least, I think, about 20 minutes, okay? In 20 minutes, and then I got to go to another meeting. I just try to jump in here when I get a chance. So again, if you're new here, please go ahead and type the number 1 in the chat, okay? And if you have time to put in a few more characters, let me know where you're watching from. I always think it's interesting how far the channels have reached or how far they've gone, because I have no idea how the algorithm works. A lot more people understand that than me. All I want to do is just share information and let the internet do its thing, okay? So here's the thing. There's at least some. So for some of y'all, you may have an attorney already. You you may already filed your case, maybe even by yourself. And so especially if you filed by yourself, all right. Now, of course, I can't walk you through every single situation, but there's at least 4 different scenarios where you definitely need to talk to my team here at Green Card Guys. Number 1, if you get a request for evidence, RFE, okay, you have 87 days or less to reply. Or number 2, you get a notice of intent deny, and that's a NOID, N-O-I-D, and you have 30 days or less to reply. And then by the time you get the notice in the mail, snail mail, you might have lost like 2 or 3 days. And so some of you, you're on the ball, you have the mindset like this right here, take action, green. Okay, some of y'all are very organized, and maybe you can get it done in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But for most of y'all slow. You're slow like a turtle, and that's okay. This is what we do all the time. We do this every day. We know what to expect from the government, okay? The third scenario, I'll just wrap up real quick on this. The third scenario is a denial notice. If you unfortunately get denied by USCIS, don't F around. You definitely want to schedule a meeting with our team, or at least an attorney, at least an immigration attorney. Don't mess around with like a consultant, notario. They don't know. They only know how to prepare the forms, which, by the way, I know in Texas, at least in many states, that's considered practicing law, and that is illegal to practice law without a license. Just a little tidbit in case no one else knew that. But and then the 4th scenario, or back to 3, when you get denied, you get less than 30 days to evaluate to do the next step, and that's either to refile the case in general or to file a a motion to reconsider or reopen. Okay, we'll talk about that in more in a second. And then the 4th scenario, if your case is delayed, you think like, man, this is taking forever. The USCIS is taking forever. Embassy or consulate is taking forever. Schedule for interview or whatever it is you're looking for, or for the e-visa or the green card. Talk to my team. Download the free guide, okay, on your respective channel. You can check that out. It will look like that, okay. It will look like this on YouTube and Facebook. Otherwise, on our link down below on TikTok, you can go to the link and download that as well. Okay. All right. So, all right. Now that the housekeeping information is completed that. Hope you all doing well. Happy Monday. Arturo, good to see you. I remember your last comment to me was that you're going to DR in July, maybe. Okay. Grateful Heart, good to see you. Thank you. Please tap the screen. Let's get to 5,000 in 10, 15 minutes. That'd be great. Um, if you do want to join live on TikTok, you're welcome to do that. I have limited time here and I'm trying to save y'all 3 digits. Okay. I know many of y'all have already paid the strategy session fee, and I really appreciate your trust. But for anyone that's, especially limited budget, all good. I'm here in the live show for a reason. Even if you got, let's see here. Okay, let me see. Question, Chance. Chance on YouTube. Hello, you have an appointment with ICE in May. Okay. That's in a couple days, possibly. You're a U visa applicant. Do I know of any U visa applicants being deported when attending the check-ins with ICE? Fortunately, no, not yet. I do remember the first like 30 days of Trump administration, someone here at the Green Card Guys community did share that there was a leaked memo was shared on Reddit that it's not an automatic protection anymore in the sense that, oh, just because someone has a U visa application on file that they're protected from deportation, from removal. But even if that were the case, you would supposed to be referred back to immigration court if you don't have removal proceedings currently. Okay, and I think because I always got to think what the government's thinking about, right? And I think it's because it's kind of possibly similar to their memo about pausing residency for asylees and refugees, is that they want to take more time to review or take some time to review if it's a quote unquote legitimate, or in legal words, we use bona fide claim that it's not fraud, okay? Was not obtained through fraud. So, but that's the thing. The government is not making sense because the whole point of the USCIS application for U visa is to do just that, is to make sure that the claim is legitimate, not fraudulent, it is bona fide. But it takes, and that's why there's a bona fide determination letter, because so maybe that's what it is, that the ICE officers or agents need to review to make sure there is a bona fide letter for the U visa application. Or that there will be. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. And you're in Florida. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Thank you so much for your questions. In some scenarios, I may have to, especially if it's a bit more in depth, we'll have to ask you to join live, or I can try to record a video and I'll write that down as a reminder to myself. I still have the old school paper checklist for recording videos. Let's see. Let me scroll back down here. Thank you so much for your questions. Just making sure y'all can hear me okay. If you have a pending case, like you filed it with an attorney or without an attorney, put the letter P for pending, okay? Put the letter P. And then we'll take it a step further. If you have filed your case, but you believe it's delayed, you just have an idea like, man, what the hell is taking so long? Okay, look, if you just filed it like last week, you just filed last month, I know some of y'all a bit anxious, but look, it doesn't process that quickly. Just even for those change of status applications. Just thought I'd share that in case you're new to this thing, immigration in America. But if your case is stuck or delayed, put the letter D in the comments, okay? And let me know which month and year you filed it and what kind of application, maybe AOS if it's for green card, and that'll give me an idea how to share some insights with y'all, okay? Let's see here. EKJO on TikTok. Your daughter's immigration case in Mexico. You need the waiver. What can you do? So your daughter's trying to come to America. That process, consular processing. And waiver for your daughter? Why do you think you need a waiver? So this might be a good example. EKJO, maybe you should join live. That might help. Let me see if I can find your name to invite you. Hmm. I don't see your name to be able to invite you, but she is here. I don't know. You tell me. God, I don't know why I look more orange on TikTok. I didn't click on a filter. I look super. Oh, okay. I was quite confused. Oh, she is here. So you, as the mom, you're the biological mom outside America. Okay. You want to join live? That might help. Okay, there you are. Let me click invite. In the meantime, let's see. Someone asked about 907. 907's premium processing. Yeah, I pay for it if you can swing it or your company. Hello, how can I help you?
Oh, hi.
Yes.
Yes, I'm the petitioner for my daughter.
Okay.
We've been living here in USA for quite some time, so I become an American citizen.
Great.
I request her, but we both came to the country with tourist visa.
Okay.
So I request her, and then they send her case to Mexico.
Okay.
But we didn't know because she's more than 20 years old now.
Okay.
She was supposed to have a waiver,
Mm-hmm.
but we never requested. Her immigration um, appointment was this February.
Uh-huh. You didn't go. She didn't go, right?
No, but we need the waiver, so I don't know what's the next step. I sent an email and I was trying to communicate with the people over there in Mexico, but they never answered before their appointment. So I finally could reach them and tell them that I need some time to um, process the waiver.
Mm-hmm.
But now I don't know what's the next step. Like, can we still save the case? Can we still do something about it? Or do I need to
Um,
um, apply again? Or how does that work?
you
This
might
is my
not need
first
to apply
time.
again. Hopefully not. But first, do you have a lawyer to help you? It sounds like maybe not.
I did search for help, but they just took my money away. They didn't help me.
And they're a law firm, like an actual lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta punch him
I
in the
never
face. Just
actually
kidding.
talked to a lawyer. They never communicate me with a lawyer. So we stopped
Huh.
that problem. I mean, I
You
don't want to
gotta
go
you gotta
on the
find a way to
court.
get your money back. You gotta find a way. Um, I know it's strange for me to say that as a lawyer myself, right? My own law firm, but people gotta do the right thing. If they didn't actually do anything for you guys, you gotta get some money back. So don't give up on that part. But is this your first time on our channel? Green
Yeah,
card. Oh,
yeah,
welcome.
it is.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So
Thank you. Thank
so
you.
yeah, the first thing I think you know now, but after some trial and error is first thing petition. What we do for our clients while the petition's processing, we'll start getting ready to prepare for the waiver part. So are you a citizen or
Yes.
a resident? Okay. So either way, as a resident or a citizen, even a son or daughter, and have a parent who's a citizen or resident like yourself, that she can file a waiver. Okay, meaning she's the one at the end in a 601A application for unlawful presence. She needs to sign that. You don't sign that, but of course you're the older one. I'm assuming more responsible than her. Then you're gonna help out with that. And then after the waiver is approved, then you schedule for the interview. And of course, all these steps I'm saying, this is what we do to support our clients. There's not like, here are the steps, client. Good luck to you. We support every step of the way. Um,
So that's something that I wanted to know. If
mhm.
you guys can help me with that, I will very much like that.
Yeah.
And if it's
Okay.
still possible, like my bigger fear is that we're gonna miss this chance because otherwise we have to wait very long time. We'll be waiting for 6 years
Uh
if
huh.
this happened to us. So we don't want to have to apply again and then wait another 20 years for her to
Right.
have her green card. We want to have this chance. we're trying to save this chance.
Okay, yeah, we can definitely help you out. So I'm just making a note of something here for a team member. So we're right here. Remember, let me get this one. This is my magic wand. Okay, here's the box behind me, right? So you click when you click on the link up there up top where it says green card guys, then you click on one of these boxes. It's up to you, right? So this one pre-qualified, we only charge this amount during the session. And then but if you're like, just want to talk to John or one of his associate attorneys, that's this box right here. But that box right there is 3 digits, okay? So we do share some options there. Um, and then so this is for anyone who's interested. I don't want to what's it called, like bother y'all about these steps, but after you click up there for green card guys, then you go to this link right here link, and then you click the 3 little dots up here. Someone told me to do this to explain it, so I'm like, okay, it makes sense. Click on 3 little dots and then open in browser. Okay, so you don't lose my channel thing. Alrighty.
Sounds good to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Take care.
You too, bye.
All right, all right. So, and one of the best ways to keep yourself accountable on this is to send us a DM. Send us a DM. Like today, we had a strategy session with someone um, who was referred by another attorney, and it's that what they need to do is not really something they need to hire a lawyer for. So I'm different. I'm different than most people. Okay, I actually turn, although after providing advice, of course, we kind of might redirect you to just do it yourself for some situations. It's very rare, but I just want to let you know because some people are like, well, do I really need to do this, do that? At the minimum, you need to talk to my team. Okay. You just need to talk to us. Because if anything, we can just provide resources for you. Like, for example, I can tell you straight up, like, we don't help with visitor visa applications. We have a resource, but we definitely don't do that. Okay. Grateful Heart, thanks for pinning this. Keep me on track. Karen GM, you received an approval for I-130, but the case still says being reviewed. What? So if you got, all right, let me clear it up for y'all. If you actually got the approval notice, the piece of paper in the mail that says, of course, a lot of the notices are 797C, but on the top right, if you got the approval notice, that is the for sure thing. Whatever it might show online, it's like this. It's just like turtle pace. Like they don't update it for everyone. Okay, it's very frustrating. So even your own My USCIS online account, it is chalk it up to a glitch because some people have told us on the live show that, oh, it should be. It said like receive a decision in 3 weeks. Like, look, do you really think the government is able to predict accurately that they know when they're going to make a decision? No. No, if you didn't know that, you just have not gone to like have any involvement with government agencies, even on local level. Um, they're hella slow. Okay. So, and then it changes to 18 months. I'm like, what? And you might be stressed out, like, what the hell just happened? So it's not accurate at all. Let's see here. On YouTube, you're American. I'm reading Sam's comment here. You live in Mexico. You want to bring your girlfriend to Mexico to meet your American family. Can you sponsor her or write a letter to immigration to bring her to America? I don't recommend that you get involved with the visitor visa application because they will deny that. Because what would you write in the letter? That exactly what you told me, that they're going to, that he or she is going to visit you in America, and so the officer is going to inherently assume that your girlfriend is going to overstay on her visa. So I just wouldn't get involved in that sense. Of course, you want to support your Pookie Bear, but you definitely don't want to write a letter stating all that. And actually, I see your second comment. She applied for a visa on her own. For vacation visa, you forgot the name of the visa she applied. It's a B1, B2. but she was denied the visa. Okay, and now you want to write a letter? Yeah, I don't recommend that. And it's one of those things, like, even if it's perfect application, we don't there's no like hard and fast strategy to be like, in this situation with this type of documentation, you're actually going to get approved. Like, we can't guarantee that. It's totally up to the officer. Like, we can't sue them and say, hey, officer at the consulate embassy, you got this wrong, so you have to issue the visa. No, not in that situation. So for that reason, we don't help with that. Well, again, we do have a guide. All right. Sorry, Patricia. So your green card, your green card was stolen. Am I able to travel and work with a 551 stamp? So I'm sorry that was stolen. You are able to travel with a 551 stamp in your passport. Um, and yeah, you should be able to work. I mean, the thing is, like, for your HR purposes, for your job, if they're going to ask you to revalidate or they want updated, they shouldn't need it unless you're trying to get a new job, right? So because it's against the law for companies to ask for very specific documents, identification. They're supposed to give you the I-9 instructions or identity checklist, and you just pick from that list. So just something to keep in mind. Shy Girl Nats, you filed I-130 but didn't file concurrently. Can you still submit the other forms or wait approval? Let's see. I guess no, you can still submit it now. If you entered with if you're qualified for that. Then one of the ones a default. Thanks, Talia. Thank you so much for the hat and mustache. That's thicker than mine. You can't file it in no, you don't have to wait. Let's see. Okay. Pantry coupon, is the president signing a new EO today? I don't know. You let me know. Are you expecting something to come down? Someone mentioned on a TikTok video that apparently Elon Musk just like presented something. I think it was something about like having a new treasury secretary, like his Elon Musk own pick versus someone else's. I forgot which agency it was. Oh, but it was like the treasury secretary was like battling Elon Musk about it. Like, holy hell! You have a private citizen or presenting documents for the Trump to sign, and Trump has no idea what the hell he's signing because he doesn't know how to read. Holy hell! This is what we're going. Like, do y'all really want to stay and live in America with this fool, this orange guy? Oh man. I'm sorry, that's rude because I look kind of orange on TikTok right now. I don't know why. I gotta figure this out. The dude's like asleep at the wheel. I know some are like Biden was sleeping on day one too. I'm like, okay, but this, like, at least he had some people that were there to support him in the right direction. Allegedly. All right, so let's see. You have. If I had all the time in the world, I would just have my own channel just about politics. But man, that is even more tiring. W and R U. Okay, I'll get to you, W and R, in a second. Raven on TikTok. How difficult to get a green card if you're married to a U.S. citizen? It doesn't have to be difficult, y'all. But somehow, some of y'all f up your cases. Like FAFO, right? Because that phrase come about because of the maggers. FAFO. And so you definitely don't want to F around. I should do a video about that. If you want the most peace of mind, yes, some people have been able to successfully get it themselves, by themselves, okay, for a residency. But look, this is in the age, the period of Trump administration where they're literally picking people up from the streets that have a visa, student visa. And yeah, it's just like you don't want to mess around. Now, I'm not trying to scare someone. You still can get residency. But look, I just went to an interview outside Texas, and that client thought it was no big deal to rep themselves at the interview. And I asked them after the interview, I was like, did you feel like you got peace of mind, some value from us representing them?" And they sure did. They sure did because they ended up being separated at the interview. It was one spouse at a time in the room. So, which we could, but if you didn't have a meeting with us, we wouldn't be able to tell you like this is what's going to happen. Like we have a pretty good idea. Let's see here. I got someone on W&R Barbershop, Washington. You have a U visa process, and you already received your bona fide determination letter. Great, wonderful. You have only one entry, and you have a son in the army. He's 18 years old. Can you speed up your U visa case? No, he cannot. Some people think that because you have a military family member serve in the country, which thank you so much for your son and anyone else that has a son or daughter or family member in the military. Thank you so much for their service and dedication to our country. But that doesn't speed up your case. For what it can do, having a military family member, um, a spouse, parent, or adult child, it can allow if you entered without a visa in America, you can get the benefit of your family member being in the military, uh, active duty or reserves actually, and that is to allow you to have the green card interview in America. Okay. Now, if you enter the country with the last entry was a visa, then you don't need that benefit of what we call in the law Immigration Nationality Act of related to the military pro in place. Okay. So because some people ask that, but does it make the case faster even in military PIP? No, not necessarily. Okay. Um, let's see here. Let's see. Thank you so much for the questions. If you want to join, if you have a question that you think could be back and forth, let me know or just join down below. I mean, as a guest. Uh, oh, and plus W and R. Um, so your son could file for you, but after he turns 21, not at 18 years old. Okay. Thank you, Grateful Heart, for pinning this question. Time lapse, you've been a PR, permanent resident since 91. Wow, amazing. Congrats. You have a DUI in 99 and 2009. Do you need an attorney for interview? I recommend that. I recommend that because even the simple thing, like some of y'all might think, like, oh, well, you have an attorney at the interview. Does that mean you get to answer the questions for you? Absolutely not. What we do help with is helping rephrase the questions. I try not to bug the officer, be like, because there happens sometimes officers probably like bugged out, like, why am I rephrasing every single question? Because I, well, not every single one, but there was a time I was like, man, I'm kind of feel like I'm rephrasing all of them. But I help to rephrase when it may seem confusing. Of course, obviously, I'm looking at a client like if they can. I don't want to assume it was confusing, but there's been times where I asked the officer, if, hey, officer, if you don't mind, because there was a question like for a marriage case when they're separate, are you religious? Is your spouse religious? And like everyone has a different like is there a what is that website Urban Dictionary, like is there a definition of religious? Like maybe someone goes to the place of worship, but is someone to the I don't want to call it extreme, but like more committed to the religion, that does that person go like twice a week versus someone that reads the Bible, Torah, like like everyone has a different definition. So I was like, oh snap, that was a great question, let me clarify that. So I asked the officer, and that she was like, what, if you don't mind, officer, what do you mean by religious? Right, like what is your definition of religious? All right. So those are kind of situations where, man, if you didn't have an attorney, I mean, even when the client answered the question, like he or she thought, no big deal. Let me just answer the question, right? But attorneys, at least we're here at Green Card Guys, we know exactly what USC is trying to do. They're trying to mess y'all up. And of course, they're not going to tell you, they're not going to say in the moment, I got you. They don't say it. They're just going to jot down a little note on the computer, say, that was wrong. That was not 100% correct. So I was like, man, they're just having trying to find these ways to mess y'all up. So if you appreciate that, if you appreciate how even like we can't predict every single, although we cannot predict every single question, and we do have a PDF of 100 wild questions that other attorneys we've compiled together that we're close with, together some ridiculous questions. USCIS officer could come up with another question. So we're there to help you. Okay. Now let's get to the next one. Boss lady, has anything changed with traveling 48-month extension letter for 751? Not that I'm aware of. I don't think they have any reason to change it right now. Chavinsky, how long does it take to give you to give the client a response after receiving RFE? Ooh, I mean, some people. Oh yeah, RFE. So there have been some of y'all here on the Green Card Guys community that have shared that you mailed in your medical exam results maybe like 6 months ago, 3 months ago. It's crickets. Unfortunately, if it gets to at least 15 months since the case filing, maybe even 6 months from the interview, then you definitely should consider a mandamus lawsuit. Unfortunately, and that's the thing. Under Biden, they were trying to get these cases moving. They did a pretty good job, it appears. Of course, they're not going to get every single case approved in a very short timing, but I think they did a pretty good job for our clients. I'm pretty satisfied in that sense. But don't expect that with Trump administration. If there's some cases that have been proved without an interview recently this year, but that is not for everyone. Do not assume that. If you make that assumption, you're going to mess up your mindset. Okay? You're going to mess up your mindset that I think whatever it says on the online account, which I don't think it actually says interview waived, but you let me know, okay? Um because I do want to provide the proper advice on that. But and email us in. Let's see here. Husband deportation removal. Husband deportation removal was admin closed 2013. Approved I-130. What can you do to adjust? Well, first thing you gotta. That's great that your husband's case was admin closed for so long. It hasn't been touched since then. But well, first we have to make sure he's even eligible for adjustment of status in America. If anyone's wondering, like some of these phrasing, like what does adjustment of status mean? That essentially means the process, the pathway to have the interview in America. You don't have to leave. So we do want to check that, Little Mermaid lover. So the default is if you enter with a visa, then yes, you could do adjustment of status. But you can't move forward with that, of course, with the admin closed. So in general, you do want whether adjustment of status or consular processing abroad. The strategy with court is to motion to recalendar and also dismiss, all in the same swoop. Okay, did not enter a visa, so to that. So we're still have the interview in America, but typically it's then the default typically the default is for a waiver, 601. Okay, 601A. So judges want to see it all prepped up, okay, before or at least filed. Well, by the time you want to ask for the recalendar and dismissal, you're welcome. So schedule a meeting, okay, Little Mermaid. Okay, Miss World, your fiance is American. You're from the UK. You filed I-130 a month ago. You received the receipt notice. Okay, what's your question about that, though? Let me see if I can scroll down. How long will it take to get approved? Oh boy. Oh boy, you're in for a long one there. All right, I got you. I got y'all, man. I got it right here. Let me pull up on my. Got it right here. Okay, 17 months. 17 months. Here on YouTube and Facebook, I haven't. My marketing team needs to update that one. It says 16 months, but this is at least a couple weeks ago, and this for petition only. When it says the number there, this for petition only. Okay. Also, same thing for the one that says "see notes" in the box. That's a petition by a resident. The one with the number is petitioned by a U.S. citizen. Okay. So if you're petitioned by a resident, you definitely need to contact us and ask me for the video about it. Because some of y'all don't even know what the problem is with that. Let's see. He is a U.S. citizen. That's good, Miss World. So yeah, it's gonna take a bit of time. And Leo, it's if I were running USCIS, if I were running the Department of State, you know what I would do? I would create the prompt. I'll create all the scenarios where people should not be approved because I already know those scenarios, right? Some of y'all know that some people should not be approved, but I would advocate for most of y'all. Okay, anyone that's a client, of course. But the thing is, like, there are certain situations that these cases should not take that long. It should not. So this is why um, this is why that the government you have to know why are they slow. Is it just because their workflow is no good? Yeah, probably. That's one thing. But they don't want to give y'all legal status. They are not your friends. Okay? It's not set up to make it easy for y'all. Okay? Even though the USCIS.gov website is a lot better over the last decade, I remember from the days of Obama, there's a lot of information missing, but it's a lot better now. Okay? Let's see here. Uh, Hair by Shelley. Expect to take at least 36 months. Thank you, Little Mermaid. Merrick, welcome back. Good to see you. Is it bad to get life insurance a month before interview? Your spouse lost her job. Sorry about that. I think you're the U.S. citizen, right? It's been a while. Um, no, I don't think that's a bad thing. If if anything, if I were joking around with the officer, I'd be like, finally got our shit together, protect each other for life insurance, Really got, because maybe you just met a financial advisor. Maybe you just met a life insurance agent. You're like, you know what? That makes sense to get a life insurance plan. But or maybe you knew about it, but you didn't have like a clear understanding about it. And you know what? That's why we finally have it. So there's always a reason that you can share it. But the thing is, like, if you don't think like me, then I've been training myself to be quick on my feet. Oh, you're the immigrant? Then, oh shoot, then you might need to get a joint sponsor just in case. Just be ready. Oh boy. At the interview, they usually don't ask, like, knock on wood, they usually don't ask for updated pay stubs, things like that. But we always tell clients to bring it because it could be that one scenario, that one time. So yeah, they usually don't ask, hey, is your spouse's U.S. citizen still working? They usually don't ask that. So, but I wouldn't want you to go to the interview if I were your lawyer. I wouldn't want to go to the interview and then not be prepared for that. Us here at Green Card Guys, we always can try to consider the worst effing scenario, okay? The worst case scenario. So I would try to get a joint sponsor and fill out that form, the A64, have that evidence just in case. But that's you do have a joint sponsor already. But that's an example for everyone else listening. Like, I would just have it in a folder in a different slot and just not give it to an officer unless we come to that time, okay? Let's see here. Look at the comments here. Cezad, you applied for PIP, marriage PIP back then. So can you apply for? Do you need to apply for alien registration? As far as I read, I mean, I just sent an email to a lot of our people in our message network email listserv, that if you have taken biometrics, got a work permit, have filed 45, you have resident status, then you don't need to register. So I have a video on YouTube and probably other platforms about it. You can check that out. If you do want to join our listserv, you can do that. If you're on YouTube, you click on this LINK and there's a couple options, okay, to do that. To get on our list. We don't charge for it. It's free. Might as well get the information. Mary, you filed January 17th, the interview scheduled May 27th. Yeah, I just popped up here on our chat here with our team, our legal team, and we just got a client scheduled. Holy smokes. So the same day? Maybe the same day. I was like, that's not you, right? Wait. Are you a client? No, I don't think so. It's the same day. Wow, that's crazy. So yeah. Let's see. Teton. Teton, you think your immigration case stuck. When did you file it and which application? The AOS? Brown Eyes? Yeah, 9 months. On what? Your online account? What did they actually say? Expect a decision in 9 months, or what did it say about the 9 months? I need some clarification, y'all. Because here's the thing, your online account where you log in, attorneys don't have access to it. Okay? They don't have access. We finally have access to a program, a software that I don't know how they got access to be synced up with USCIS, but apparently it provides more updates than USCIS.gov. It's kind of wild, but I don't believe they give updates like expect a decision in 2 weeks or whatever time. It just the government is not set up that way. Don't expect that. I mean, if it happens, great, but this is what you should expect, where it says 17 months. And that's just to be realistic, right? I mean, and just being because your Pookie Bear is going to be fucking annoyed, you're going to be frustrated, and you're thinking, God damn, that online account told me 7 months or whatever you just said, 8 months. But John Ting said 17 months. It's, like it's usually going to take 12 to 17 months. So you're here for a reason. We share insights like none other. Tony, let me look it up. NBA.com. Tony, good luck to your Warriors. I know my team, Dallas, has no chance. I mean, they're done a long time ago. They're done when we traded Luka. Punks. Although I do live in Houston, I do see. Oh yeah, I see. They're playing the Warriors, the Dubs. Good luck to your Dubs. I don't care about Houston Rockets, so all good. You can take that series. I just don't. This is gonna be a tough one. I don't know why it is. Some people have it against like LeBron. I don't know why. He does have good work ethic, clearly. But I don't know. He just rubbed me the wrong way a long time ago. I just got beef with that guy. So it's gonna be tough because Luka and him are playing the same team. So I guess we can go with your Dubs. All right, Abdul. Good day. If you are not under the parole program and applied for asylum, did the pause affect you getting work permit? I don't think so. I think the alleged pause, is for people who actually applied for the because you didn't apply for green card. So apparently that pause is for residency applications, 485 based on asylee and refugee. But look, y'all, for anyone who's wondering, should you still apply for adjustment of status based on approved asylum application or refugee? Yes, you still need to apply. Okay, as far as that we've seen, that does not mean that they're going to reject your application because there's a timing issue. You need to file that as soon as possible as you can. All right. T10, your mom filed a petition in 2007. Okay, so this family preference case, you need to schedule a meeting with us so we can go through the visa bulletin. If you haven't heard about the visa bulletin and you have a non-U.S. citizen family member filing for you, then you definitely need to schedule a meeting. I have a video about it on YouTube at least, but I might say it'll take you some time to find it. Tony, I don't know if I would still like LeBron even if he was on the Dallas team. Well, first of all, we gotta fire Nico. That's the first thing. Uh, and the owners. Are they Katie's Corner? Are they now mailing work permit without social when AOS due to marriage? So it's always separate. It's always separate. Um, I don't recall them ever mailing it the same day, and that's really because it's different agencies. Okay, Social Security Administration is the one that would mail the Social Security number. It's strange. Sometimes it comes to our office, sometimes it doesn't. It goes to the client themselves, but we always keep track just in case. All right, I need to record a video about conversion. Man, I'm getting a bit tired. Okay, so and I gotta go to my team meeting. So we're just around about to hit 50 minutes here. I gotta reserve some energy, y'all. Peace on Earth. If 601 waiver granted for deportable CIMT and adjusted to LPR, are you safe? Safe from what? You have resident status now? Congratulations if that's the case. Peace on Earth on YouTube. But safe from what? Traveling? I mean, coming back to America? You need to schedule a meeting for that. That just in case to review your documentation. All right. Grateful Heart, you're funny. Pin your own comment. That's great, though. You have a friend that filed for assignment is already 150 days. Can't she file for EAD? I would do it. I haven't seen any news that they would stop processing the EAD. Let me see if I can find that real quick, just in case. And in fact, it looks like you could do that online. Okay, for your friend. Okay, Grateful Heart. And Grateful Heart, can you share the channel with your friend? Thank you. Okay, so I think we need to do a survey here, y'all. We need to do a survey because some of y'all like your online account says X time, like 3 weeks, 3 months. You gotta you come back to the channel. Let me know. Put it on your calendar, the calendar event or Google, whatever you use, USCIS, and just put like 8 month mark. Okay, and let me know. Let me know. What's up, Patricia? Good to see you. Good to see you. I need to contact you. See how you're doing. Teresa White, you sent in your mailed in your asylum application before the 1 year. Great, and they denied your work permit. Okay, why is that? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Thank you so much for your question. So I do got to share with you as I wrap up here. To schedule a meeting with me, I have to click on. Oops. After you click on Green Card Guys at the top, okay, got to click on the LINK. If you're on YouTube and Facebook, it's down below right there. And then if you're on TikTok, you got to click the three little dots up here and click on Open in Browser. All right, because you don't want to lose my channel, but the best way to not lose my channel is just to click subscribe or follow on your respective channel, okay? Because you've probably been spending what at least 2 minutes on this channel. If you have, of course, even if it was 1 second, thank you so much. All right, but this is about your legal status. Do not mess this up. There's only so much I can do for you if you're not a client. Okay, you gotta take action at the appropriate time. For you to know when the appropriate time is, you got to follow my channel. Okay, or just hire. Someone asked, can you? Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your questions. Really appreciate it. At the end of the day, let's see here. If you do want to schedule a meeting, those are the two options right there. or there's three options. One is a pre-qualify session. If you do want to schedule if you read our 4.9 Google reviews, check those out. Don't waste your time. Check those out because if you think we suck, read the reviews first, okay? And then see how other people experience it. We can't make everyone happy. There's a couple bad ones. I'm gonna be honest, but I think you could read between the lines there. Okay, and then number two, is a paid strategy session with an attorney. Okay, that is 3 digits. But if you schedule the pre-qualify session, I really do try to save you a lot of money, and that is 5 digits, less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Okay, and then if you're like you're abroad and you don't have a sponsor right now, you just want to learn more, absolutely. If maybe you don't need to schedule a strategy session, but you could join the free webinar. Okay, I gotta point to both directions. I gotta get my team member to switch it. Okay, thank you so much. Y'all have a great day. Okay. Oh, peace on earth. Thank you, thank you so much. But it is more. It is more. I need to see your documents. Peace on earth. So email us. Thank you for the $20. I really appreciate that. Email us your information and we'll review it for you. Okay. Oh, now I gotta make sure these platforms paying me. That's very nice. Okay. Peace on earth. Make sure to email us, okay? Alrighty. Y'all have a good one. I gotta go before I pass out. Gotta get an energy drink or something.